Hello, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. So it depends on what time you are watching this video. So for today, I'll be discussing about boiler simulator. So in the marine engineering field, sa barko, we have this machinery called boiler. We have this para we have a source of kanang heat, no, in the form of steam. So when we heat up water by 100 degrees Celsius, so maabot niya ang boiling point sa water, no, and then when it reaches the boiling point, which is 100 degrees, it would change its entropy into gaseous state, and with this is the one responsible for heating our water or accommodation air, or even the kanang bisag unsa any type of heating that we need on board. But this one is mainly the main purpose for this one is specifically for emulating type of fuel which we will consume for our main engine and for our generator set. So the generators or main engines on board are called diesel engines for the fact that they mainly use diesel oil for it to work, no, mo natong gigamit para mo-fire siya. So pero we all know that diesel oil are very expensive. They require more filtration and process in order for it to be diesel na ng clean oil, no? So what we do on board, we have bunkering, no, wherein heavy fuel oil or low sulfur fuel oil, we put it in one of our storages or mga tanks on board, and then we do the process of purification and filtration in order for us to copy or emulate the properties of a diesel oil just by using purifiers and filters, no, filter system, no? And then by that, no, so we will not be spending more, no, kaya ang diesel mahal, and then the heavy fuel, no, ang crude oil is much more cheaper than the diesel. So that's why we are able to have bunkering like 900 tons of fuel. We are able to do this because it is cheaper. But definitely, if we only use diesel to fire our main engine or our generator, then the company will be bankrupt because of the steep or high price of diesel oil in this world. So what we are going to do, we also when we purify the fuel, we definitely are going to need steam to heat it up, and then we cannot also use the purifier without using boiler steam. So that's why we have a boiler on board. That's the main reason we have a boiler on board, in order for us to travel longer, no, and to use heavy fuel oil as our main oil for keeping our main engine and generator set running. So in here we have a simulator, a Kongsberg simulator. This one is what we also use currently on board. This is not obsolete, no. So until now, marami pa rin gumagamit ng Kongsberg. So we'll be preparing and firing our oil-fired boiler. So we have to open the vent, close the main steam line valve para dili mag-leak sa so it won't leak. So that we will be able to build up the pressure. We close the main steam valve. Then you have to line it up. Okay. We set it to local, and then we start the pressure. After we go to panel and then put to auto put our service air compressor into auto. Then we open the service outlet, and then we go to steam generation plant. Open this one, outlet, machinery feeder valves. We set this one to 0 and then put it to auto, so that the main feed pump will automatically feed into our tanks. And then we go to our boiler, we set this to auto. Then in boiler combustion, we are going to fire the boiler. We use first the atomizing air because there's no steam pressure yet. So we turned it burner type to DO. Then we line it up to our DO line. Open this valve. Turn on the DO pump. And then we turn on our boiler air fan. Set this one to 100 manually. And then we start. We have to reset this alarm first in order for us to start the purge. So we purge this one so that we will avoid the firing of explosion. So we set this one to 10 and 7. Then we start our burner. Now it's firing. Let's check our steam generation plant. For me, the most important process here is the purging, since this is the only thing that has the capability of boiler explosion. So we must make sure that there are no fumes inside the combustion chamber. So we have to wait. Now we're currently using the diesel oil. And then eventually, if we have enough heating, the steam heating, then we are going to heat up the lines for our heavy fuel oil so that we can put it to service. No? Because when you heat the fuel oil, the viscosity, no, ang viscosity sa atoang oil, no, mukuan siya kanang it will be uh, it will be lessened, so it will be easier to flow. Because viscosity is the ability of the fluid to the resistance of the fluid to flow, no. So that is viscosity. If you have high viscosity, then you have high resistance to flow. So we make this to 20, 10, 20, 30, 40 gradually, so that uh, in actual man good, no, we must not open this valve 100% immediately to avoid the hammering, and because we always assume that there's water in the line, so we line up the heating to our tanks, our heat exchangers. We also turn on the open the valves for the steam to circulate, and then we wait for this temperature to reach enough, maybe 30 degrees Celsius. This is the minimum temperature, the 30. For educational purposes only, no. So they must also, the students who use this one must have uh, they must be aware na we need to increase temperature for the fuel to flow, because this one is not as clean as the diesel oil. And diesel oil, it flows like water, very easy to flow, no. So close the burner too, because it has now enough pressure. Okay, let's polish the alarms first for it to stop blinking. Now let's go here to boiler combustion, then the fuel oil service downs. Now it's already 32 degrees. We have to open the valve, go into the boiler, run the HFO pump, then start. Now it is not yet lined up to the heavy fuel oil. We are still using diesel now. Now we stop the burner first. Then let's change over the fuel to HFO from diesel oil. Okay, let's shut off this pump and then change. We're now going to use the steam pump since we have already high pressure, and we close the atomizing air. Then let's change this one to 100. Start purge. Let's change this one to N. Then the burner type to HFO. Then start the boiler burner 1. Now we are using the HFO line. Now it's firing. Then we set the controller to auto. Master control to. Let's acknowledge the alarms first. Then lastly, we turn on the burner management so that all the automatic capabilities of the burner will be activated. So here we have the actual I took a video of one of my students, and then to perform on how to actually fire it in the actual scenario. But this one is in school, so it is just for educational purposes. If you notice, the area is not we are not in the ship, and it is also not that 100% copy sa in our ship. No, it is just like for simulator only purposes. But here we are actually running the boiler. No, so here's one of my student, Ralph. He's going to start the boiler, and he'll be showing to us the steps. So open this valve. So we are lining up for the water tank, and then from the water tank we are going to feed it to the boiler drum, where water is stored inside the boiler. So the tank is full, and then we have a floater just in case it will be full, it will automatically stop. It is also one of the students of UC. So in UC we always do actual also aside from the simulator, for the students to get a feel of on opening valves and whatnot, no, pressing buttons, because it's very different, no, to just use the mouse to run the boiler and to actually press a button and open the actual valves. Now the feed water valves are already lined up, already open. Now he's opening the diesel fuel tank. I told him that he's turning it in the opposite way. So when we open, always go to the left. Okay, the fuel line going to the burner is now open, and then this is our control panel where we control the burner also. We also have the breakers here.
Water, sa fuel, sa burner, o sa ni siya? Sa boiler, o sa asa ko ni? Asa? Okay, diba? Ayun. Yan ana. On ni no. Oh. Then if kanang mukha naman ko dili.
Yeah, they have to power on the control panel and then the burner.
Yeah. Siya, mo karga na nagtubig sa iyang level.
Yeah. All of it is automatic, no?
Level na kanang pinaka-set nga water ba? Set nga on ani.
And then when it fires, the water in the boiler drum will start to boil, and then the pressure here in the pressure gauge will increase. And then when we already have a steam pressure, we can also already use it for heating. No, as what I've said, we can already use it for purification, for the purifier, and also here in the school we also have steam turbine, the steam pumps, no, and then we also have for propulsion, reciprocating steam engine, for them to actually see na the steam pressure can do many things.
Consumers niya. Kasi
Yeah.
ganito lang steam.
That's it. And for what this is actually the basics of boiler. But for 2025, the people working in the boiler industry, so for the past few years, there are already new marine boiler technologies that mainly focuses on eco-friendliness, fuel flexibility, and efficiency, including scrubbers, SCR systems, or ilang gitawag nga selective catalytic reduction, methanol-fired boilers, and advanced combustion control, aiming to reduce emissions and transition to cleaner fuels. So for eco-friendly solutions, doon na tayo scrubbers and selective catalytic reduction systems, or SCR. These technologies helps ships meet stricter environmental regulations by reducing harmful pollutants like sulfur oxides and nitrogen oxides in exhaust gases. So not only in boiler burners, but also in main engines and gensets. No? They're already using also scrubber. Scrubber is just mainly using water, no, isugat sa exhaust, so that there be cleaner exhaust gas ani gawa. So puti gid siya ang katong, and then the ang dirt niya, the suit, no, will be like mura siya shower, but it will be showered using the water, and then it will be collected in a tank. Focus on cleaner fuels. The industry is moving towards using cleaner fuels such as marine gas oil or marine diesel oil to reduce emissions. So as I've said, these oils are more expensive. Also, we only use it for starting up or stopping the machinery, para to make sure na the lines, no, are clean, so that even without heating, no, it will not be clogged. So we also have heat recovery systems. Modern boilers are integrated with heat recovery systems to maximize energy usage and increase overall efficiency. So next is the fuel flexibility, methanol-fired boilers. Alfa Laval is taking a lead in developing methanol-capable boiler solutions, enabling ships to use carbon-neutral green methanol. Dual fuel boilers that can operate on multiple fuels like LNG and conventional fuels are becoming increasingly common, providing flexibility in fuel choices. No, as years goes by, there are stricter rules on emissions. No? So one of the solutions, no, not only in boilers but also in other machinery that are combustible, that has combustion, they also use they are trying to experiment and use different source of different types of fuel. And advanced combustion control, boiler automation. Advanced combustion control systems often use programmable logic controllers, or PLCs, ensuring proper combustion under various load conditions, improving efficiency and reducing emissions. Negative regulation technology. This technology draws gas into a premix combustion system, improving combustion efficiency and reducing emissions. Variable flow technology. This allows boilers to handle frequent fluctuations in system flow rate, making them more adaptable different operating conditions. So we have other notable technologies like advanced fire tube technology, wherein boilers using advanced fire tube technology deliver smoother, quieter combustion with up to 25:1 turn down. Lead lag operation, with lead lag operation on one lead boiler modulates to capacity on demand, optimizing energy usage. Isotherm boiler technology, this flameless boiler technology separates combustion and heat transfer processes, allowing for efficient heat recovery. So those are the latest new technology for our marine boiler industry, or our marine boiler system. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you learned something from this video, and also I hope you are now capable of running the boiler even through simulator lang, no? Engine simulator, like Kongsberg, like what we used a while ago. That's it. Thank you very much. Once again, I'm Chip G. Venezuela, and thank you for this time and the opportunity to share my knowledge to all of you. Alright, alright.